Hello everyone. Happy Festive Friday to you. My name is Brenda Campbell. I'm an artist and a certified Zentangle teacher. I want to welcome you to my channel and welcome you to this video. So every Friday in the month of December, I am going to be posting a video. I'm calling them Festive Fridays, and they are going to have a holiday or seasonal theme to them. So what we're going to draw today, here's a sample of one that I drew. I drew this on a gray tile, and I used white chalk and red chalk to add the colors. We're going to draw this one on a white tile, and we are going to change it up just a little bit from the one I drew. What we're going to do is draw primarily the tangle Ellish, but we are going to use it with an S for Santa. So that's what we're going to draw today. We're also going to draw a little border around the outside of the tile, and it's going to be a little more festive than the one you just saw. Anyway, I'm going to talk you through what we're going to use, and then we'll do a little breathing exercise before we begin. So I'm going to be using a Micron 03 red pen plus a Micron PN black pen. I am going to use some gold. This is a Jelly Roll metallic gold pen, and I'm going to use a Jelly Roll Stardust red pen to give it a little bit of sparkle. I'm going to use some white chalk. I've got a tortillon to blend that out, and I'm using some red chalk as well with a tortillon to blend that out. So that's essentially our tools. I'm going to be drawing on a 3.5-inch square Zentangle tile. I think we are ready to begin. So for our breathing exercise today, we're going to keep it brief, and we are going to do 3 deep breaths. Let's just get right to it. Breathing in deeply and out slowly. And again. In fully and out slowly, and just relax as you breathe out. Final breath in and out. Well, I feel pretty grounded after that. How about you? Okay, we are going to go ahead. I'm going to use my red pencil because it'll show up better. And I'm going to do my corner dots. I'm going to do my border. And I'm going to do my string, and the string is the letter S. I'm going to grow this out, so I don't want to make it too big to start with. I might have gone a little too far down here, but I think we'll be okay. Now I'm going to put that pencil away for a moment, and I'm going to pick up my Micron 03 red pen. And we are going to start with the tangle Ellish, but we're using our S, letter S for Santa. So we're going to go ahead and start right on that pencil line that we drew. I altered it just a little bit. I didn't want it going out quite that far. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a little crescent moon to kind of connect a section for the top. And then we're going to do something similar here on the bottom. Now, keeping in mind, you're going to want to close that up inside with an aura. So you want to make it at least large enough for that. So now I'm going to go back and make that aura. And we're going to do the same thing down here. Okay, so we have the beginnings of our S. And now we're going to give it a little tail. So off the top, we're going to stop and draw behind as if that crescent shape we drew in there was open. Then we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. And I think we'll leave it with that to start. And now we're going to draw an aura on top of this. And another one on the bottom. And we'll come down here to this one and do the same thing. Start on the bottom with this one. And then we'll do the top. And this pattern is really just a series of additional auras, weaving them through the open space whenever it meets up with that open space. So now we're going back to our S. Let's turn it this way. Okay, and then we go back to our tail. And put an aura on each side of it. Same thing down here. And again, we're just weaving it back and forth. Oh, I think I should have done the tail, but you know what? There are no mistakes. And then I think we'll just do one more aura on the tail. On each side, that is. Okay, I think that's probably enough auras for my letter S. Now I want to put a little flourish on the ends of each of these tips. So I'm not going to get crazy. But I'm going to do that. Okay, so there we go. We have our letter S. Now we're going to go to the border, and I am going to use my black Micron PN pen for the border. Now remember, the PN has a little bit of a fatter nib, and that's okay. What we're going to do is, you know what, before we pick up our pen, I'm going to go back here to my pencil. I've got my border. I want to make this a little wider because I'm going to fill it in with the pattern. So I'm going to do another border here, and it will make it easier for me. Okay, so now I have an actual width to my border there. So now I'm picking my pen back up. And this pattern has a S kind of a shape. And it just builds on itself like a twisted rope. Or, I don't know, maybe a candy cane. Now when I get to this loop-de-loop, I want to draw like it's behind. So I leave a little space. When you get to the corner, you're going to do one of these things to round it out. And then we go back to our rope. Here we go again, round it out. Okay, so let me connect these. Round it out. Okay, now I'm going to go back in and close them all up. Sometimes I do it as I go. Sometimes I just go back to do it. Now I'm trying to decide how, if I want to make the border go behind in the open space there. And it seems like I should. So I went ahead and just kind of drew some curvy lines there that'll hopefully emulate what I'm trying to accomplish. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the tips of my tails on my letter S, and I'm going to make a black circle on the end of it. I'm going to put an X in it, but the X does not touch the top, just the bottom. Then I'm going to put a dot on the top of that X line, those X lines. So we'll do it again up here. Now I'm sure you can gather that those are supposed to look a little like jingle bells. So that's what we're going to leave them as. Okay, I'm going to put my black pen away, and I'm going to pick up my red Jelly Roll Stardust pen, my glitter pen. And we're going to go here to our rope border, and I am going to fill in every other one of these with red. So I'll leave one white, and then the next one will be red. So we've got a little bit of glitter here, and that's kind of cool. Now, I don't think this is going to be really exciting to watch, so I will skip ahead. So if you're drawing along, go ahead and pause the video and fill in your red stripes, if you will, on our little rope. Now here's where I was trying to go around that flourish there. I think I did pretty good. Same thing there. Okay, so you see I left space on either side of that red line flourish, and that will help to give the illusion that this rope is behind that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fill them in. If you're drawing along, pause it now. Take your time. It's not a race. Enjoy the zen from filling in every other space, and I'll see you back here when you're done. So I didn't even realize until I started filling these all in that I hadn't checked to see if it was going to work out to be every other one, because I didn't count them or anything. And what I wanted to mention to you was that if I had a problem, if I didn't have the right number of spaces to make it evenly work out, what I would do is, see, I've got this section in here that I can kind of play with. So the right thing to do would have been to go from one side all the way around to here, and then fill these in based on what you have here, just to kind of even it out. That's just one way we can do it. So I think that's all I need to do here on my border. So I'm going to put my Jelly Roll Stardust pen away. Oh, I'm going to pick up my gold pen now, my gold metallic pen. And we are going to make these bells, these little jingle bells, gold. And we're going to try not to cover up the black. But you don't have to be perfect with it. See, I kind of covered that up there. This one I didn't do very well with. So we're going to wait for that to dry. And then I'm going to go back in with a different black. Okay, now this gel ink is going to take a short minute to dry. And so I'm going to have to be really careful. So I have my General's chalk pencil in Scarlet Red. And I am going to go in here where we have, actually I'll start where our crescents are and where we have lines that go over there and down here as well. Okay, now I'm going to come, actually we should do this one next. And then I'm going to go back and do this side, same thing over here. And then back up here. I think I might have maybe made a little bit of a mistake as I was drawing these, maybe not. My point really is just that you don't have to worry. There really are no mistakes. No one's going to kind of look at every one of these lines to make sure that you didn't miss something or put an extra line in there. It's all going to be just wonderful. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start with that. I'll get my tortillon now. And I will start blending in that red chalk, starting in the inside of that empty space. Okay, and then working our way out. This is such a woven pattern. We just put a little bit of that chalk everywhere we have lines that meet. Okay, let's go up here now. Okay, so I'm going to pick up my red chalk pencil again, and I am going to go around the perimeter with a little bit of red so we can kind of get a feel for some dimension with our letter. Kind of accentuate these open sections with some color around the edges. Okay, I think that might be a good start. Hopefully I don't have too much red, but I think we should be good. And I'm just going to kind of go around the outside. Okay, now I think this is starting to look pretty good. I'm going to pick up my white chalk pencil, and I am going to do a little bit of highlighting, starting in these tails, in the center sections of the tails. And now I will go and put a little in what I think looks like the belly. And this is just the top. Okay, now I'm going to get my white tortillon, and I'm going to start blending in white chalk. Can be kind of tricky to blend. Sometimes blending it, you're really just taking it off. So I'm very cautious with it. I'm not pushing, not putting very much pressure on it. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, now I'm going to get that black pen I was telling you about. We're going to go ahead and start with our pen that we used. See if it's going to cover up that gold. Remember, we kind of went over our black lines here. But the pen seems to work pretty good. Just make this darker again. There. I don't have any shading on the border. I don't know if I really want to do anything with the border. So I'm going to go ahead and use my, no, I think I'll use my red pen. Always making decisions at the last minute. To do my chop, I'm going to put that over here. And that also kind of hides that extra flourish chalk line there that I used. So there we have it. It's basically just an initial, the letter S, a couple of jingle bells hanging off of the flourishes from our letter S. S for Santa. It's got a little bit of a peppermint twist kind of a border, which I think is kind of fun. Just enough black in there to give it a little bit of drama. So I wanted to show you and talk a little bit more about the sample that I made before we drew this one in the video. And this one has, everywhere there was open space on the S tangle, I put black ink, made it solid black. Here I just left it white. I also used a black and white border, and I put a little Santa hat on him. I used silver glitter ink instead of gold because I was using the gray paper and I just thought it might look better. Otherwise, it's essentially the same that we drew the letter S with the flourishes, and we added some jingle bells onto the flourishes. So they both look nice. It's really a matter of choice, what you prefer. You could do this one with this border on white paper if you wanted. That would be perfectly fine. You could even do this border on this one if you wanted. You can add the little hat or not. They're not difficult to draw, but I did not demonstrate it there, so you'll have to be brave and try it on your own. So I wanted to just talk about that a little bit before we sign off. So I hope you enjoyed this Festive Friday project. I hope you will share it with your friends. If you did enjoy it, please remember to hit that like button And if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing so you will always catch my videos when I post them. So that's all for now. Enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your weekend. And until next time, be you and be happy.